My name is Sam Buxton, and this is my fiancée, Pam Sam. We met at a bar in Midtown Manhattan, and we got set up by one of our mutual friends.
And actually, the afternoon of the date, I was at work and I called the friend that set us up, and I could barely breathe. I was so sick. She said, you just have to go, it'll be fine. He'll see that you're sick, he'll really appreciate you went out of your way. And
I can remember, sitting across from her at the table, watching her, barely breathing, and just thinking to myself, God, this is not going well. She's not having a fun time. I just don't think she really liked me. And to my surprise, around 8:30 in the morning on Friday morning, I actually got an email from her saying, "Dear Sam, I'd love to see you again sometime soon." And I can remember just like my heart literally dropped. And a couple girls in my office, helped me craft an email to sound suave and cool. And I guess it worked.
being around Sam, he sort of opened me up and helped me put my guard down, and showed me that there were other things out there and that I didn't have to be scared, that he was going to help me and it would be okay.
So I decided to propose almost a little over 2 years into our relationship. Thinking about the proposal, I knew I wanted to do something a little unique, different, and I knew I didn't want it to be in New York. So I prefaced it by saying, Pam, hey, do you want to go to Bermuda for a long weekend? So about a week before we left, her mom actually called and said, oh, I went out and I bought you guys a copy of Travel Boggle. So, fast forward a week, got to the hotel, and I suggested to Pam, your mom bought us Boggle, why don't we, play a quick game of Boggle while we wait for the barbecue to heat up? Not thinking anything of it, she said, sure, why not? So I came out and brought the Boggle and placed it on the table and said, okay, let's start playing.
I picked up the boggle, was about to shake the tiles up when I looked down and I realized that we were already missing a tile.
I kept insisting. I said, Pam, listen, don't worry about it. I have the tile.
And I looked down and I read, Pam, will you marry me? And I just sort of stared at the tiles, and then all of a sudden I looked up, and I think at this point I'd actually started to cry and saw Sam kneeling on one knee with the ring in his hand, and he said, will you marry me? And I said yes.
And the rest is history.